So, first question out of the chute, what is your name?
My name is Victoria Gautier.
All right. And is this your first time at the Renaissance Fair?
Oh no, it's been many a year and I've loved every single one.
Yeah. How is your experience working at the show and attending shows? How has it been so far?
It's been a wonderful time. I gave up nursing as a career to do this for a living. I owned Storm Leatherworks along with 3 other companies of my own, and I have never looked back. I love the Renaissance Festival and all the people that it brings to me and the joy that I get to bring to people.
Mm-hmm. That's awesome. That's a pretty remarkable shift. From the shift from nursing to owning 4 different companies and then working Renaissance fairs, were there any kind of skills that you drastically had to pick up, or were you just kind of already set?
Well, when I first started Renaissance Fair, I was working at a garrison, so I arrested people for a litany of charges, such as spilling beer on the floor. I had to punish them, of course. Yeah. Alcohol abuse. Yeah. But over the years, I was offered a leather apprenticeship for a full year, and I accepted it, and I loved every bit of the leather process because it is a dying art.
Yeah. I mean, I've got some friends that work in the leather industry, and they do more steampunky stuff, but yeah, it's not something that you see showing up a lot. Yeah. It's really not, which is remarkable considering how much like Hollywood and TV shows like to have their heroes in those full leather jackets.
Yeah. Well, it's extremely hard on your hands and your body, and you really have to know the tools and know the craft in order to proceed and do something like what we do here.
Yeah. Now then, talking a little bit about the craft, what's the general process that you use when you're developing a piece like this or a piece like this?
Well, when we get our leather, it is one big sheet of hide, so we have to make our patterns, cut them out by hand. We have to groove the edges, bevel the edges, dye them, and then we can go through and finish our edges, which is called burnishing. And then we can go through and wax and finish, and then we can assemble. And a general production line for me will take 4 people, 4 days.
Oh my Lord. And is that just for one item, or?
Well, like this past week, I made 10 different chest plates, just like you see here. 10 of these, and about 20 of another shoulder type. So we really do make a full production line.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of work.
Yeah. Just hearing about it makes me sweat a little bit, despite it being like 40 degrees outside. So the next question is, we've kind of already talked about how the industry isn't what it is, and it is really hard. Do you have any advice for people who would be interested in breaking into doing leather working and working Renaissance fairs or working festivals like this?
I would really suggest really just going through and seeing people's crafts, asking questions, because questions lead to beautiful answers, and knowledge is power. So if you want to learn leather, I recommend going to the nearest handy leather factory in most major cities, and they have classes there from Monday through Friday. And there are also many classes at your local junior college or your community centers that have ceramics, sculpting. Just be an artist, be what you feel.
That's awesome advice. Now just a little bit more background into you. I know we talked earlier off camera. So where are you from? Are you from Texas, or did you immigrate here from a different state, or what?
I am a Texas born. I was born in El Paso, raised in Dallas, and I went to school in San Antonio. But even as a Texan, I swore I'd never spend another summer here. So I travel the Renaissance Festival full time. I do 5 shows a year. 3 of them are in Texas. In June and July, I go to Colorado. And then in August, September, I go to St. Louis for their Renaissance Fair.
Isn't it a little bit cold?
At that time, it did get a little chilly, yes, but the color change is beautiful.
Do you happen to have a website that people can come and, buy a piece or anything like that? Any kind of social media?
I do have a Facebook account, and it's facebook.com/storm.leather.works. And I also have an Etsy site, so people can order from me when I'm gone.
And is that the same name, Storm Leather?
Storm Leather Works, yes.
All right, Storm Leather Works. And then I know we've already talked about where you're kind of hitting next, but is there anything in between, any special events that you're going to be covering in the near future?
In the near future, no. I'm going to go to Sherwood Forest Festival next, and that happens in March, April. And in the meantime, I'm going to take the beautiful downtime that I have and make extra stock.
Yeah, I can imagine doing a show. You probably sell a bunch, and then you're like, oh my goodness, where is everything?
What happened to everything? I sold it all.
That's such a terrible problem to have.
I know, especially when you don't have enough employees.
Yeah. So, we kind of touched base on this a little bit, but why did you choose this? Like, why did you get into leatherworking and doing the Renaissance festivals, and why are you doing that?
I honestly never felt that I fit into regular society. When I was a nurse, I was all about saving people and helping people, and I really loved doing that. But at the same time, I've always had art in my soul. When I was 4 years old, I learned how to sing. When I was 7 years old, I learned how to dance. And here I get to encompass all of my artistic abilities and get to be me.
Yeah.
And it's so rare nowadays that you can be happy doing something and not caring about the true money that comes in versus their quality of life. So I'm very happy that I chose quality over quantity.
Yeah, that's really awesome, and that's something I'm sure we'll hear a lot of, is just people who are trying to be happy.
Yeah.
Right? And if it makes you happy,
Yeah.
awesome.
Do it.
Right?
Do it. Just do what makes you happy.
Yeah. Now then, one more question on my list, and then we are kind of open-ended. What do you hope to achieve with this company and the others that you own? And just continue to be happy, continue to work and make beautiful pieces of leather and art.
Just continue to make beautiful pieces. I've done some beautiful things over the years. I've outfitted women that are 6 foot core, and I've outfitted men that are very, very big, and I've made them adjustable so they can shrink down with them. I am very much about the art and being able to make something that's functional for everybody to use.
Yeah, that's awesome. So is there anything that you think I should ask you? Anything that we didn't cover?
Oh goodness. That's a very open-ended question.
Yeah.
Just go through and see other people's way of life. Really admire what they've gone through and where they have come to. And you can see lots of different stories.
Yeah, I can imagine. I know we've already set up some interviews with a vendor to your left, and we're going to be hitting a bunch of other places. So, outside of that, is there anything that you would like to add?
The Renaissance Festival is a wonderful place. I really love my job, and I really love the fact that people come here to enjoy the magic, because magic doesn't exist anywhere else. Or it does exist, but in very few and far in between places, and I love to make that happen for people.
That's awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And have a great day and sell a bunch of stuff.
I will try. Make millions.
Exactly.